Thank you, Mr. President. It was a relief, I think, to all of us that the President announced that he was going to pause for 90 days these tariffs that have caused so much turmoil and havoc. It's only a pause, and it also continues tariffs with Canada and Mexico that continue to create enormous havoc for us in Vermont, and I think for many states in the country. 34 of our states have as their major trading partner the country of Canada. There's enormous back and forth in the car industry, as the President knows better than anyone, that these tariffs are very detrimental to. What we saw in Vermont in talking to our businesses, talking to our farmers, talking to folks who have utility bills at the end of every month and whose electricity comes from Canada, folks who in the northern part of the state get their gasoline from Canada, shipped down to Vermont and gas stations or where they go to get it, and our home heating fuel. And the disruption and the threat to businesses and the erosion of trust that had been built up for decades, centuries, between Vermont neighbors and Canadian neighbors was unfathomable. So I'm relieved that the President has paused the tariffs, but I'm appalled at the manner in which the President and his economic advisors are proceeding without any coherent rhyme or reason or justification for these tariffs on Canada that hurt us so much. So I am going to urge that the administration back off on tariffs that serve no useful purpose, but absolutely and directly and immediately are going to do so much harm to Vermont farmers, to Vermont manufacturers, to Vermont utility customers. And we are struggling in Vermont, folks who work really hard to pay their bills. And the idea that we, by executive action, would increase the cost of so many families and businesses is totally unjustified. And my hope is that all of us here whose constituents face the same repercussions of these reckless tariffs will speak out on their behalf so that folks and businesses can have some security that at the end of the month they're not going to have a big spike in their expenses. Mr. President, I yield back.